Yo, I feel like I keep recording these videos and I don't post them, even though the intention is to kind of document how everything is and everything that's going on. But God, this angle was so bad. I'm so sorry. The reason why I stopped doing, sorry if I stop watching this because I've got Argentina, Cape Verde in the background, and it's currently 2 in Asian time. The reason why I kind of stopped documenting everything and either speaking like I'm doing here or writing, journaling, whatever. Shit, Argentina just scored. Fuck. Is because it doesn't really change how I act. All it does is just make me more self-aware of things, and then in turn it just kind of either gets me down or it's just kind of a waste of time. Well, I think it is anyway. Because if I'm aware of my actions, if I'm aware of these behavioural patterns I delve into and these kind of things that I know that are bad, and I know the things that are kind of if they're perceived as destructive or toxic, or if they're perceived as whatever. If I'm aware of the things that I'm doing, I don't change it because I know that that suits me, not suits me, but that works for me in terms of productivity, that works for me for everything. What's really the point of being aware of it? What's the point of really being, what's the point of noticing it? Because it doesn't really change how, I feel like a lot of the things, when you identify things, I feel like the idea of a revelation, right? Usually, in turn, changes an outcome of something. If you have a revelation of how you act, or you have a revelation on how you act, or how you tend to behave as a person, you tend to kind of change it because you've had a certain revelation, you've become aware of your actions. If I'm to constantly analyze and assess how I am, like I feel like I do, like I was doing on the channel that I'm no longer posting on. I mean, I feel like a lot of the time when I would talk, it would be about these kind of things that are bad about me, or things that are this and that, and things that I'm aware of, and the fact that I need to be more present, and the fact that I don't go outside more, and the fact that I feel like everyone's having these experiences, and there's me recording this album because it's just all I do all day and stuff like that. So yeah, I could be aware of that. I could be aware of the fact that people my age are actually living life, and people my age are, being young. But does that affect? Will I then go, yo, I'm now going to change that. I'm now going to go outside more. I'm now going to stop devoting my life to music. No, I'm not going to change that because I'm not at that stage in my life where I'm able to. So what's the point of me being aware of it? What's the point of me being, what's the point of me noticing it is kind of what I'm getting at, because at the end of the day, it doesn't change anything. I say 6, if I'm not to go to the gym that day, no, if there is a week where I don't go to the gym, I don't leave the house. The only time I leave the house is to go to the gym in the evening. So between 9 and 8 o'clock. I'm inside doing music all day. Most weekends I stay inside, recording the album. Even when I do go out, I feel guilty as hell because I'm not recording music. It's just, I'm just at the stage of this point where, and the thing that kills me is that, again, it's this kind of self-aware thing, because I'd like to think of the idea of, I keep kind of saying to myself, I'm not really saying to myself that, oh, when the album's done, this will happen. When the album's done, this will happen. But it's just like, will it? And then I kind of don't like the idea of saying when the album's done, because I don't know. There's an idea of, oh, when the album's done, then I'll take a couple weeks out. When the album's done, then I'll do this. But it's just like, am I just lying to myself? Am I just absolutely lying to myself for no reason? When the album's done, will I just make another EP? Will I just make another album? Will I make another single? You know what I mean? Will I just make another project? Because all roads lead to that. All roads lead to the idea of me working hard again. There has not been a single moment in time where I've been able to just do nothing, right? In fact, if you give me a week to rest, I'd find it harder than working. I think I've spoken about it so many times that I don't really want to keep kind of beating the same drum, but I just find it very difficult to not do anything, not do music. So it's kind of why I've stopped being so self-aware of things, because I like the idea of, and like I would read a lot of philosophy and stuff and kind of go into some deep thoughts about like life and revelations and all these things, but then I just kept thinking to myself, what's really the point? What's really the point of thinking that? Because it's just a waste of time. There is no point me saying I need to do this, need to do that. I'm bad at this, I'm good at this, I'm bad at this, and then nothing changes. I'm still the same person. Maybe there is. Maybe there's something that I haven't really delved deeper into. But I would literally record these half-an-hour videos about these things I need to change and that I know are bad. It's like when I say to like start of this video, I was saying to myself, oh yeah, I need to be more present. I need to be more present. I was gonna say to you, to the camera, I need to be more present along this journey, right? What does that even mean? Yeah, the idea of being present, sure. But how can I be present when I'm just persistently stressed about this album, when everything I do, every single thought in my head is about the vocals of this album? And you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I could be present. And yeah, on paper, it's like, I don't know. I just think there's no point. There's no point me even, I really just think there's no point me being aware of stuff and me being like changing stuff, because at the moment I'm so deep into this album process that I might as well just keep doing what I'm doing. I don't know. Like, think about it. I'm recording vocals for 4 hours straight, 3 hours straight. Do you really think the main thing on my mind is that I should be present, recorded, like during this whole process? Like, no, I'm focusing on getting the best take I can. Like, is it really my top priority at the moment to, like, say if I'm trying to get the perfect mix, is it really my top priority at the moment to be present, to savor these moments? Like, yeah, I do occasionally, sure. But this is the most stress I've ever been. This is the most pressure that will probably ever be on me in my life. But maybe not. I don't think so. I always had this, I always say that with my friend, and he says no, it will always get harder. And that's probably true. In terms of pressure, it's probably nothing. When I have a fan base that are absolutely dying for me to make a new album, and absolutely just like, you know, when I have such a massive fan base and all of this and all that, maybe that would be a bigger pressure. But at the moment, the pressure I feel to be able to, you know, if this album does well, I'll be able to live from music full time. That is a very big pressure. Is it a big enough pressure as the whole world is awaiting your new album to drop? I don't know. I really don't know, because at that moment in time, I will be living off music. So it's all relative. It's all relative. You'll have different. It's like you always have problems, but you'll have better problems. It's like, yeah, that is a problem, that the fact that the whole world is awaiting this album that I'm gonna drop. But it's a better problem than stressing about whether you can do music full time. You know what I mean? Problems will always exist. So, yeah. I don't know. Like, yeah, I know what I'm doing is wrong. I should be more present. I should be kind of savoring this kind of, I mean, that's one of the main reasons why I did document the this album process, because I do want to look back at it. I really do want to look back at it and have this sense of, you know, oh my God, look at you, you're doing this. You know, so, but it is the least of my concerns. It is the least of my concerns when I'm recording and when I'm when I'm stressing over timings and I'm stressing over what vocal takes are good. It is the least of my concerns to be like, yo, oh, by the way, be more present. It's like, well, okay, sure. Doesn't change anything. Like, yo, stop stressing. I was like, well, you have no idea the expectations I have of myself. You have no idea the stress I put on myself to succeed and to be. I genuinely want to be the greatest. I genuinely want to be the one of the most. I think I have the capabilities for that. And recently, I have been thinking, what does that mean? Does that mean? Does greatest mean as in? Is what do you mean by greatest? Define greatest. Are you trying to say greatest as in other people think you're the greatest, or you think you're the greatest? Like, it's kind of, it's one of the many reasons that I've stopped kind of really caring about too much about like the Grammys or like awards. I feel like a couple of years ago, if you told me what I wanted, it would be the Brit Awards, it would be a Grammy, it would be this, it would be that. But, and yeah, obviously that would be amazing. That would be like, you know, I still have a Grammy on my lock screen, because to me that is still like a very important goal. But I've been thinking recently, like, what does that mean? So many of my favorite artists have never won a Grammy. Does that mean I don't see them as one of the greatest? Like Lizzie McAlpine, for example, has never won a Grammy. Yeah, she's probably one of the greatest songwriters of our generation, right? So, again, what does it mean? And I've been kind of thinking about this. Quadeco is like one of my favorite musicians. The way he, you know, I'm so inspired by his work. The way he mixes everything, he produces everything, writes everything, records it, just like me. He's never won a, like, you know what I mean? Like, he hasn't won these awards that I think have such meaning. But those two are probably my biggest inspirations in terms of music. So it doesn't really mean as much as I think it does. But obviously they're great achievements and they are amazing things to aspire to. But they're not the be all and end all. So then it's just like, what do you what do you recognize? What classifies as being the greatest? What classifies all these things? I don't know. And that's the thing with music. I feel like if you're in sports, yeah. For example, Djokovic, he's won the most Grand Slams. He can be considered the greatest. It's pretty self-explanatory. I know a lot of people either think Federer and Nadal are, or even like, mainly Federer and Nadal. But if we are to look at statistics, if we are to look at who's won the most, it's Djokovic. And I feel like sports is a lot more concrete than that. Not all the time, because again, like I said, people think Federer and Nadal are better than Djokovic. But music, because it's an art, and I feel like music should be just a lot less competitive. That's why I don't really like award shows too much. It's also why I don't like music contests too much. I don't mind award shows because I think they do have a place. Like I said, I hold very high value in terms of, I think having a Grammy is an amazing achievement, and the Brit Awards, I think they do have a very important place in music and, you know, just achievements in general. I think they are very important. But I'm more referring to like contests, music contests like X Factor and The Voice. And it's like, how can you really, I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know. I just don't think music can be really a contest. I just feel like you like what you like, and that's it. I mean, I'm waffling bare, but it's another reason why I don't really like songwriting classes too much. I just feel like everyone has their own unique way of writing songs, and everyone gravitates towards different songs. It's like I was talking to my friend when we went to a concert, and he said to me the other day, he was like, Michael, I've realised something. You much prefer the lyrics of a song and what the song entails rather than kind of the sounds a song makes. Because he was saying to me how he much prefers the vibe and the sound and the rhythm of a song rather than kind of what it's talking about or entailing. Whereas I'm the complete opposite. I much prefer the lyrics. Like, I would rather, if a musician has an amazing, if the songwriter has an amazing line, I'd rather them try and fit it in a really badly melodic way than write something that doesn't mean anything. So there's so many different ways of perceiving music. And I found that really interesting, the way he just said, I much prefer the way a song sounds and the way a song feels, like sonically, rather than what it's saying content-wise. Whereas I'm the complete opposite. So it's probably another reason why I don't really listen too much to like music in different languages. Like I can understand Spanish quite well, so I listen to Spanish songs because I can understand it. But in terms of songs that are in like French, Italian, Portuguese, I don't really gravitate towards them because I don't know what they're saying. And I really prefer lyrics. Yeah, which is interesting. But yeah, I feel like I waffled a lot. But it's just kind of where my head's at the moment in terms of if you're watching these videos and wondering where I am, I just don't think there's a really purpose. Everything I like to do, I feel like with most people, it's not revelation. Everything you don't want to spend time doing meaningless stuff, right? If I'm being self-aware about stuff, and it's self-aware in terms of changing stuff and changing, just being self-aware of behavioral patterns, you don't really change the behavioral pattern. What's the point? What's the point of really being self-aware and knowledgeable? I don't know. Maybe there is, to an extent, there is definitely a reason. There is definitely a reason to be aware of your actions. But these are different actions. It's not me being rude to someone and me not being aware of it, so I'm not going to change it because I'm not aware of it. It's me being like, I don't go outside. I'm aware I don't go outside. But I'm not going to dwell on it because I'm not going to change it. It's not me. It's not like me being rude to someone and then me being aware that I'm rude to someone and then I'm still rude to people. It's more the facts, behavioral patterns of, like I said, I'm not living life. I need to go outside more. Realizing that and then still staying inside. It's kind of like that. What's the point? So there is a need to be aware of actions that you do need to change. But in terms of like what I'm talking about, it's no point me being self-aware of these things. It doesn't change a lot. But yeah, it's kind of where I'm at. We're currently on song, I don't know, 7, I think. The Cloud Lifter came, which is a preamp that I can plug in, and it makes my microphone sound louder, so that my vocals in turn sound louder, which is very, very good, because I won't go into technical details, but basically if something is really quiet, say if you have a voice note and you whisper in the voice note, right? If you really, 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 really increase that voice note because you want to hear yourself speak, because you want to hear the whisper, everything else will in turn raise, right? The volume will raise. So the background noise, and there'll be a lot of hissing because obviously there's a noise level and you've completely raised it because you want to hear the whisper, right? So essentially what I was doing wrong is that my vocals, obviously, because if you heard my music, it's quite hushed, it's quite gentle, mellow, whatever. So obviously the way I'm singing is quite quiet. But obviously if I'm mastering a song, and mastering is essentially just making it loud enough. That's pretty much what mastering is, making it compatible and loud enough for every systems, headphones, car speakers, phone speakers, anything. If I'm to raise the vocals, guess what's going to happen? Like the voice note, it's going to be the hissing sound, it's going to be the background noise that you're also raising as well. So with this new quirky little thing, all the vocals go up. Yeah, that's pretty much it. All the volume levels go up, so I don't need to the vocals don't necessarily need to be raised as much, and so there's less hissing sound, there's less background noise, which is perfect. This will be a huge improvement to my vocals. Crazy improvement. So I am very happy about that. Tomorrow I'll continue the recording of vocals. We're currently on the song. The song is called At Least. It's a very good song. I think you guys will enjoy it. If you like How It Was, if you like, How It Was is a good example. Very similar to How It Was in that aspect. Yeah. But yeah. I'm gonna go to bed because I have a long, very long day tomorrow. A very, very long day of recording tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to. So yeah, tomorrow consists of recording vocals and then comping the vocals. And yeah, that's pretty much it.